Grab your cup. When we think about having walls up and feeling disconnected in relationships, right, we may put the walls up ourselves. Maybe there was a time where we openly gave our heart, we freely loved, and it wasn't received well. It was painful. Maybe even when we were little with our families, with our parents, maybe older in relationships that we chose. But we had a painful experience, and so we put walls up in order to guard our heart. We really go through life, I can do this myself. I don't need to ask for help. I don't need to give myself. I don't need to be vulnerable. Or maybe we're in relationships where it feels like we're alone. We're not alone, but we might as well be, because the lack of connection, the living aloneness is so prevalent. So think about that for a second. I want to share a story or a study with you. There were researchers who took one mouse, put him in a cage, and gave him 2 bottles of water. One bottle of water was regular water. The other bottle of water was laced with cocaine, okay? That mouse chose to drink the water laced with cocaine only. It's the water bottle he always went to. And he drank it so much, he actually overdosed. He just kept drinking it till he died. Those same researchers took a group of mice, more than 2, 3 or 4, maybe 5, a group of mice, put them in a cage, gave them some toys that made them feel good, something to focus on, and the same 2 bottles of water, regular water and water laced with cocaine. Not one time did any of those mice, none of them, ever tried the water with cocaine. They were not interested. They had connection and community. They had things that made them feel happy. One of the biggest things is community and to feel connected with ourselves. So doing things, the toys help them entertain themselves and have the community to be connected with each other. It changed everything. For you in your life, if you are living with your walls up, if you are in relationships where you might as well be with a wall up and you're not connected, it's very painful. And maybe you're not having cocaine water, maybe you are. Maybe you're not doing that, but how are you coping with just getting through life? And is the impact going to be as detrimental as that first mouse? Like doing that coping until you die, and that's it. The work that we do, particularly in my program Return to You, is all about releasing those coping mechanisms, taking the walls down, figuring out what you need to do to feel connected. First and foremost to yourself, because everything in this life is relationship, and it all starts with your relationship with yourself. How you relate and are connected to yourself will determine who you pick and how you relate to the other people in your life, how you relate to God, how you relate to the world in general. So developing that, peeling away the walls that are there, that's all the work that we do. The next Return to You program is starting at the end of September. So enrollment is happening for that right now. If you want to have more details about that, just drop me a comment, send me a message, and I'm happy to connect with you. But don't live like that first isolated mouse who was coping until he killed himself. Just coping. And I'm not saying you're suicidal, okay? If you're suicidal, go get help immediately. But what I'm saying is coping until that's all that life is, and then it's done. That's what I'm talking about. If you feel that when I say it, I invite you to drop me a comment. Have a good day.